Welcome. I'm really pleased that the majority of us can be here together in person today. Today the focus is on presentation of the different projects. So we are going to hear from the Agile projects that have just completed, and we'll also hear updates from the campaign projects. We've articulated 3 research challenges. The first one is the hybrid one, where we're looking at the different technologies and concepts that we need to establish in order to create a variety of different types of hybrid products. In the Trusted Products Challenge, we're exploring and developing techniques to integrate principles of responsible innovation into the design of such products. And finally, the Social Challenge is about how we can design such products for and by groups of people so that they can operate into more complex social settings and be accepted.
So what is the Connected Kitchen? So the aim of our project is to develop a greater understanding of commercial kitchen behaviours linked to hygiene and health and safety through the development and deployment of adaptive, interactive, multi-sensors hall kit.
So we used that first with some sort of pre-trial studies with just a few participants, and we got them wearing some wrist sensors and some waist sensors to measure movement, and we used that to inform the sensors that we would then develop and deploy, and we used that to figure out how we were going to instrument the Cobot Makerspace kitchen. So that's just a close-up of the live visualization, deliberately kind of colourful and playful, not giving any hard metrics, but really we were interested there in just how much they'd pay attention to it. So it showed their water usage, how much washing up liquid they used, showed the motion of the sponge and how much pressure they were exerting on the items they were cleaning, noise and temperature, and so forth.
Most technology platforms accounts are made on the naive assumption that one account is used by one person when that is not often the case. One account is often shared, especially media accounts and those that are paid for like Spotify Premium, are often shared by multiple people. And there are a lot of cases where people have multiple accounts on the same platform. So you might use one just for yourself, one that you share with your children, one with your colleagues, one with your, football buddies, etc. And to exacerbate this entire situation, you don't just engage with one service, but with a multitude of services. And this trend is kind of effectively translated into all of that, making this a very complex situation altogether.
We would like to play around with this for a minute or two. So if you look at that QR code, it's going to contextualise very well, I think, exactly what this technique's about. So if you don't mind, I'll give you a minute or so just to go there.
We recruited 300 participants from Prolific, and then it was a representative sample. And we use a couple of scenarios or different kinds of products to test how well our method to capture data would work.
Our project called Horizon, Responsible Research and Innovation for Trusted Products, how people in Horizon articulate what conducting responsible research means and how they put it into practice and how best we can support that practice.
So we've got presentations from the campaign projects now. These are larger in scale and longer duration, so they're still ongoing, having about 6 months more to go. And the first one is the Future Festivals project.
Future Festivals project, creating online and hybrid music brackets and other festivals, partners Live Cinema, Stream Park and Oxfam. The genesis of the project goes back a bit before the project with a kind of pandemic lockdown experience we had of autoethographically helping some local folk clubs go online. And we learned quite a bit from that process as they took to both Facebook Watch Party and then Zoom to try out various things. This is just a short what Bubbles is kind of currently like.
And raise that gun in the morning sun.
There's a lot going on in there, so let me just touch on some of the features of this system that Paul and Ed have created. The core one is this idea of being in social bubbles. That's why the system's called Bubbles. The idea is to let you share with friends and family while also being in a crowd. Horizon's about social, hybrid and trusted. Well, I think we're all over social and hybrid, but trusted is a really interesting question. So quite keen to pursue conversations about what would make festival experiences safe and inclusive and yet still slightly hedonistic.
I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about the Storytelling Grow Your Own Adventure Horizon co-production campaign project. And this is a collaboration between Roma Patel and Rachel Ramchurn, who make up Makers of Imaginary Worlds, and also Sarah Valsdale-West, who's a freelance storyteller and educator. And we're interested in storytelling, how parents and children come together to take part in storytelling activities, and how digital technologies may integrate into that space to provide rich, personalised and open-ended storytelling engagements.
It's about making interactive movies, which are a type of film where audiences, either as a group or individually, will make choices at certain points which will change the plot of the film. What I'm trying to do is make movies which don't explicitly ask the audience to make a decision, but rather it's an adaptive response that the movie makes.
Open All Senses is one of the new Round 2 Agile projects. So this project is about developing accessible multimodal experiences with telepresence robots which work in social spaces. And the telepresence robot is something like that. It's an iPad on wheels which you can use to connect to, and you can move around and interact with people in remote environments.
Our project partner is the Internet Society, so we have Robin Wilton, who is the Director of Internet Trust, working with us on this. So really our main research question is how should we actually approach moderation when it comes to end-to-end encrypted communication?
The Memory Machine project itself has been around Horizon for a couple of years now, and the main goal is just to investigating ways to preserve memories and personal identities through digital technology, and through this also to improve well-being of patients with cognitive decline abilities and memory loss, such as dementia.
Thanks for a great day of presentations. It's really interesting to see the body of work of Horizon evolving through its stages.